We're still discussing dealing with society pressure on ML Radio with Mark 75. As we went for a break, we had discussed a few segments and categories of this society pressure. The single mothers, as we said, the mothers are the ones who feel the weight so much, and the single people, those who are trying to settle their loans and desperation and all that. But I also feel, because I am always on social media and I get it, like I get so many messages that people reply to others in a way like they have never even felt like being kind to anyone. What do you say about that? Because it's something which is also affecting most of the people. To me, when I read it, I feel like, no, this wasn't called for.
Okay, with social media, as you hear the word social, I think someone who started social media was looking at people socializing. When you look at the society, you don't expect everyone to be good, because, you know, when you're studying human growth and development, people vary, people have different personalities. So you don't expect everyone to be good to you. There are some posts that you even see, they are very positive. Someone is just writing something that is developmental, positive, that is supposed to make people happy. But you see someone commenting or reacting with an emoji that is sad. Actually, there is a time I received a client. He was into bullying. By the way, bullying does not start at social media. When you go deep into this person's life or trait, when you look back, you see that even in primary, these are the people who were putting sticks when someone is going to sit. So it's something that is in people. Can you imagine someone creating a fake account to make sure that he or she goes and starts bullying people? So those are the people who are always negative. And as I've told you, that social media is supposed to be social, you don't expect everyone to be good to you. So if you decide, because there is an option of someone not going onto social media, So if someone does not go to social media, you will not be bullied, you will not be cyberbullied, because you're not there. But since it's the trend, people just need to understand.
But why should that affect someone, honestly? Because you've posted something on my timeline, and I don't know you, it's a fake account. Like, really, how should that be a bother to someone?
As I told you, there are people who are just like that. They find pleasure when they annoy someone. They find pleasure when you see you crying. Those type of people are there. It's a kind of personality, and they're just like that. So
if it's the way to go, you find that such kind of things come with their effects.
By the way, have you ever heard of this saying that says that when they say actions speak louder than words, but this time around when they say words speak louder than actions?
But how?
This is the period where you feel, have you ever been walking and someone passes and is like, gulabe? Like they say something that is really bad.
But I think that is just nature of some human beings, because you can be walking or just doing your own thing, and someone is just making you kind of below.
I tell you what, the moment they say that thing, it is triggered straight into your mind. You cannot even walk properly anymore, because it has already affected something as small as someone just saying something of two words. It can shatter someone's life. That's why you see that youths are having a lot of difficulties living their lives. Have you ever seen someone who decides that is like, okay, I've been bullied enough, now let me do this? And you find them being affected by it. You find them, they become worse.
Take an example, the husband has an issue with the wife transfers the anger to the child, the child also gets a goat in the compound and hits the goat goes and eats someone's plants. Like, transfer of anger is, I think it's quite a very bad thing.
Have you ever seen a child of a single mother? I'm not saying this too, but mostly not single mothers, like someone who is already bringing up their children and maybe they separate. I'm talking about someone who has raised a child. That child she got from an incident of rape or something. That child will not grow as normally as the child of someone who is in a stable relationship, someone who is, because emotionally, our emotion is very funny. anything small, as I've told you, can really shatter it down.
Should we take being alcoholic as one of the effects, or some people just do it for fun?
Oh yes, the percentage of people drinking, you know, the things that we call bad, the bad habits, the ones that we call the bad habits, don't just come from the blue. No one was born drinking alcohol. You understand? Apart from the few, as you say, that drink out of to get excited, what? But most of it is from something. When you go deeper, you find that there is a lot of things that make that person drink. So it's a very big one.
What have you discovered about womanizing?
Womanizing is in two ways. One way is when that person has people from the society, maybe the ones he calls friends, who are doing that. The other way is when he's pressured a lot. Why don't you get married? Why don't you get married? Why don't you marry? And he's like, okay, let me go just like that. So he starts going from one person to another, or even juggling 4, 5 women, just in the name of showing these people that you were saying that I cannot get a girlfriend or a woman.
Basing on gender, which people always react to this society pressure most?
Based on gender, I would say it's 50-50. The ladies have, you know, when you have your own ways of I would say the way the pressure comes is the way people react to it. So I would not say that there is a higher percentage that is so prone to the society pressure, because their issues vary. Yeah, so they differ a bit. So it's a two-way thing. You cannot say that men are more prone.
But you will find that in most cases, people take it. There is this saying that ladies are always going to say that men are this, and that. Mm-hmm. And then men are also going to say ladies are this, and that. Mm-hmm. Eh? Mm. How does that fit? Like, how does that even come to fit the whole thing? Because if a woman says, okay, now I'm also going to cheat and cheat and cheat and cheat, then the man also says, I am also going to move and move and move and move. So which gender takes the biggest portion? Something I need to understand, by the way. Like, which gender takes the biggest portion?
In relation to?
In relation to psychological aspects.
I would say the men, because most of the times women don't react so much to what happens to them compared to the men. I would say a woman can find her husband cheating and
she takes it normal?
Not normal, but at least you don't expect her also to go and cheat. So women, I think, were created in a different way compared to men. I've had like 100 cases of women knowing that their men have extramarital affairs. Mm-hmm. And they're like, counselor, what should I do? What? I've had like 5-10 men discovering that their women are cheating, and they're like, it's quits. I'm not going anywhere with her. You understand? So I would say that women maybe know how to handle it. I would say women can handle compared to the men.
It sounds kind of very funny when we're talking of this impulsive sexual behavior based on gender. Sometimes others will think, to me I feel others think, let me just say it's okay for now, when in actual sense the person is also doing a revenge. Have you felt something like that? Yes. You find that someone is actually taking a revenge on the person. Now, let me give an example. You know, I interact with very many people across to find out so many things that I need to. So, but you'll find that the lady tells you that I went and cheated simply because that guy annoyed me, and that was the way I could punish him. You get? And again, the other time, still that very conversation, the lady was like, okay, the guy took her to a new rented room, which wasn't cleaned, not painted. You know, there's some guys who are very funny in their behavior, talk of alcohol, talk of drugs. they are very funny in their behavior. That they just go get an apartment. They feel that it's okay for them to stay in. Then invites the lady, and the lady jams to be there. And instead of the lady being there, the lady says, "I'm going back at my place," but she doesn't actually reach her place. How fun is that? Because instead of her going, she now goes, "At least let me go to James to compensate to take all the anger that we had, impulsive sexual behavior." I think it's, to me, I feel it's kind of weird in one way or the other.
Yeah, it's very weird actually, because I would say that in normal life, there is a saying that says two wrongs cannot make a right. So I would not recommend someone to go cheat simply because someone else is cheating. And from the books I've read, people's opinions, they say men cheat without emotion. You can just see a woman with big, someone even told me, one of my male friends, he told me that I can just look at the eyes of a woman's eyes and I become attracted to her, which is different from women. So that's why, as I said earlier, that I don't think when a woman cheats, that's why I think men are affected when they find out that their women is cheating, because they say women cheat with emotions. They become attached to that person. It's not like a man. A man can just be like, I want to have sex with her, that's all. But women, they would always want to go back.
Even when they know that they're cheating?
Yes.
But how bad is that?
Of course, at the end of the day, it's bad. You know, I've had cases where a woman tells you that my man gives me everything. I've never even caught him cheating, but she's cheating.
So what is that called? Because I don't get, and by the way, it's a common thing, but I've also failed to understand. Sex, is it something that can be given to like anyone at any time?
As I told you when we were starting to talk, I told you that people have different personalities and people cheat because of different reasons. Someone can just give you a reason, as you said, as lame as I just want to have fun. And at the end of the day, someone who is, in Uganda, we consider someone who is above 18 to be mature. So
Yeah,
we expect that every decision, everything that you do,
is a mature decision.
Yes, you've thought about it, and that's why when I say that no one needs to be blamed, especially when you've cheated, they're not to be blamed because they've decided. It's their decision.
But it's wrong.
It's wrong, very, very wrong, yes. But they have decided. You know when someone has not raped you, you know when someone has not dragged you there by force, and you wake up, go to the shower, put on your clothes, the best clothes, put on makeup, move. That means you've decided already, you've made the choice. So that's why I always tell people, by the way, that they need to take up the blame. You know, some people don't want to accept that they have committed
owning the blame.
Yeah, they don't want to own the blame. But
and that comes,
the fact that
yes,
you go that far, as I've tried to narrate the story, you do this, all that you're doing, you know, you're in preparation to go to cheat.
You're still with Macta 75 on ML Radio's Rhythm and Junction. Remember, we are streaming live on our social media platforms. Those who missed the first episode of Rhythm and Junction, please go and follow us on YouTube, Media Lab, Entebbe. Subscribe and hit the bell button such that every time we upload videos and our audio, visual podcasts, you're able to get notifications.
Rhythm and Junction with Mactus, 8 to 9 p.m. on ML Radio.